east to west, all the islands included. Here we travel through the islands to play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. 4 a.m. report for duty. 5 with uniform, helmet, spike and chain. Trousers and shoes, they must be clean. Police band traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Here we traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Exuma, Regatta time, in Andres, Ramfest, Elutra homecoming, Abaco that Gombe festival. Police band traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Here we traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Bahamian music is so sweet, we got to share it with everybody. Men, women, boys and girls, we got to take it round the world. Here we go. Policemen traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Here we travel through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Ah, yeah! Spike that drum, boy! Police band traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included. Here we traveling through the islands, play some sweet Bahamian music. From north to south, east to west, all the islands included.
Leonard Ramsey. And this one here is a tribute to my hometown boy, the late Smother Brown. Some call him Money. I gone to Shana, a bunch of banana. I gone in out of town and the actor was Smother Brown. I gone to Bogey Bun, say, boy, Money, where you go? I gone and gala, make the people all love. Listen, come back in out of town, the octopus but the brown. I gone in just come out Albania. When I come down from Mobile, everything was just so still. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, ooh, Lord of mercy. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, ooh. I gone in Devil's Point, I was on the outside. I gone in Hawkness to see where them birds ride. I gone in Port of the boy money, you know how. I gone in Greenwood, that's when I understood. Come back in out of the storm, till octopus must the ground. Hey na 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 na, ooh. Hey na 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 na, hey na 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 na, hey na 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 na, ooh. Hey na 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 na, hey na 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 na, hey na 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 na, ooh. One more time, hey na 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 na, oh yeah, oh yeah, na 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 na, ooh. I gone to Shana, a bunch of banana. I gone and not a strong, and the octopus smart the brown. I gone to Boggy Monty, boy money, where you go? I gone and love, make the people all love. I gone and Stevenson, say, boy money, where you been? I gone and just to check out the boy school. I gone and leave it, boy, you ain't going to live. I gone and know, sissy, boy, you know where you is.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to On Duty. I am your host, Superintendent Leonard Ramsey, and it is indeed an honor to present this inaugural podcast of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. This groundbreaking podcast is dedicated to the heart of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. For 186 years, our force has stood as a symbol of discipline, integrity, and service by upholding the rule of law and protecting our communities. On Duty is designed to enlighten and educate the public about how we operate, the standards we hold ourselves to, and the systems in place to ensure transparency and accountability. In this inaugural episode, our focus is on a vital aspect of policing: discipline and internal accountability. Today, we will be discussing the Complaints and Corruption Branch, the unit responsible for investigating allegations of misconduct within the force. Insight will be shared into how complaints are received and assessed, the investigative process, the rights afforded to officers, and the outcomes that may follow substantiated findings. It is important to note that any police officer against whom a complaint is made is entitled to due process, including a fair and impartial hearing and the opportunity to respond to allegations. At the same time, where misconduct is substantiated, appropriate disciplinary or legal actions will be taken in accordance with the law. On that note, you are now on duty with us. Let's explore the realities behind the badge, because when it comes to integrity in policing, we are on duty 24/7. Joining me this morning is Superintendent Camille Knowles, the officer in charge of the Complaints and Corruption Branch. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. Well, thank you for having me today.
It's good to have you, Mr. Knowles. Mr. Knowles, can you provide us, our listening audience, with some historical information as it relates to the complaints unit and tell us how it all got started?
Well, Mr. Ramsey, the history is kind of brief and short, but complaints that came to that arrived reference to police officers' misconduct in the early stages went before the commissioner of police. Um, the commissioner of police would then hear those complaints and decide which senior officer would deal with the complaints. In 1987, a group was formed. The corruption unit was formed, where the matters that were criminal went before CID, and the matters towards discipline would go to come to headquarters. In 2000, after a study of CDI International, the corruption unit was formed. And that's what we have today.
Excellent. So members of the public now have that avenue where they can come to police headquarters to call in and make a complaint.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So, sir, can you explain what one must do if they are desirous of making a complaint, an official complaint against a police officer?
If you want to make an official complaint against a police officer, there are a number of things you can do. There are a number of ways that you can carry that out. One, you can send an email to the corruption branch, or you can send an email to the commissioner of police. You can write a letter to the commissioner of police as well. You can go into the station and report it. But what most persons do is they come directly into the complaints and corruption branch here at police headquarters. They sit with an investigator. They spell out exactly what it is that transpired that caused them to come in. But these are the ways that you could come in. We wouldn't want to say, call and say, I have a complaint, and here's my complaint over the phone, because we have to document your information, as well as, just to stay away from frivolous complaints, we want to know who we're speaking to. So the best way is for someone to come into complaints of corruption, where you sit down and you have a conversation and you say exactly what transpired, and we take it from there.
Excellent, excellent. I know members of the public are listening. I trust they will take all of that advice you're giving to them. I must know if there are many Bahamians who have said in the past and continue to say they do not trust police, investigating the police. How would you respond to this statement?
Trust is paramount. In this small island nation, and if I can put it in our tongue, everybody knows somebody, or everybody know everybody.
Yes.
The fact of the matter is, it has to be done. An investigation has to be carried out. We are charged with the oversight of these matters. Case in point, many police officers whom matters arise or complaints came before the complaints board, they were tried after an investigation. They were put before the courts, many of whom were exonerated for lack of evidence. But there are many officers, and in most recent times, within the past month, officers went before the courts because of complaint that was made against them, and some of them are now serving prison sentences. Public trust in our society, public trust is earned. And I think that we have been doing a very good job in bringing the officers to account for their actions.
Yes, Mr. Knowles. I must say, even at the highest level, not just contracted officers, senior officers. And I think that plays a role that the public understand that we're not just taking disciplining the junior officers, but even the senior officers.
And it lends to the thought or the saying, seeing is believing. Here is the proof. The officers are put before the courts. They are tried, and the process has been proven.
Yes, yes. Mr. Knowles, I suspect there are times when complaints are made that are proven to be false or malicious towards officers. That being the case, what consequences are in place for the complainant, and what recourse does the officer have in this regard?
When a frivolous complaint is made, well, before I go into that, the law speaks to making a frivolous complaint. It speaks to wasting the time and the resources of the police department. For your listening audience, we can find that in the Penal Code, Chapter 84, Paragraph 244, it's a criminal offense and one can be charged for making a frivolous complaint.
Yes.
That is a subject for another conversation.
Understood.
But
Understood.
it is there in law. It is there in law, and it only takes for us now to explore those avenues to charge persons for coming in and making frivolous complaints. And it happens. It happens. It happens because in the execution of their duties, the police officers are faced with so many variations of misconduct from the public. And we have a duty to deal with offenders of all laws. The most simplest is failing to give your name and address when asked to do so by a police officer.
For example, I mean, here you talk about the false report. I don't know if you are at liberty to answer this question, but when you do in fact have a complainant who makes a false report, have there ever been consequences in the past where members of the public were charged and placed before the court or not? Or you don't want to speak to that? I don't know.
Well, I cannot speak to that because since taking over the unit, it hasn't happened, or I haven't seen it. But that's not to say that it has not happened. But I can't speak to that at this point.
Additionally, as relates to the officer whose name is being tarnished or whose name is being defamed, does he have a recourse, or he or she has a recourse?
Yes, sir, he does. There is an option that he has, whereas he can make a complaint for libel.
So this is really done after the matter's been investigated?
After the matter's been completed, and he's exonerated of would-be charges or the complaint itself.
So does the complaint unit then give that officer some letter of exoneration, anything to that effect?
Upon completion, the letter is sent. A letter is drafted. It is sent before the deputy commissioner, who has carriage of discipline for the force. From there, it would go to his OC, and he would get that letter. Likewise, the complainant would also receive a letter stating that your matter has been investigated, and this is the outcome.
So it's possible.
Yes, sir.
It's possible. So what word of advice would you maybe suggest or recommend to those persons who are there who, but we be encouraged, I think we should encourage members of the public to make genuine complaints, but those who are thinking or believing that they can come to headquarters and make a complaint that is false, what word of advice do you give them?
It's a simple one, It's against the law. And you can be charged before the courts. There is a fine of $500 or a prison term which should not exceed 6 months or both. Wait in the balance. Why would you want to make a false complaint? I don't know. But know that for your actions, there's recourse. There is an equal reaction.
So should we encourage them to make two genuine complaints though? We don't want members of the public to, for 1 minute, believe that if they have a genuine complaint, they should feel, I guess, uneasy of making it. We want them, wherever they are in the Commonwealth, to encourage them to make the complaint.
No officer is above the law.
Correct.
We are charged with the maintenance of law and order. We are charged with being sensitive to whilst dealing with the public. If one has a legitimate complaint, you must come in to the Complaints and Corruption branch and make a complaint, lodge a complaint.
Yes,
that is the reason why we are here.
Correct.
Because officers are held to a higher standard. We are a disciplined organization, and those that do not do or stray away from discipline or act in a manner that would bring discredit on the Royal Bahamas Police Force. This organization must uphold the integrity that is placed on
Point taken. I agree with you, Mr. Knowles. And what do you say to those officers? Because we have officers out there who are performing their duties on a daily basis. And all of us have sin in our DNA. And the reality is we may be tempted to do untoward things. What do you say to those officers who may be contemplating about behaving unethically? We have 6 months of training. Training really can't change nobody. The character defines a man. What do you say to those officers who are having in mind or maybe faced with the temptation to bring discredit, disgrace, or bring this false into disrepute? What do you say to them? What word of advice you give to them?
I honestly wouldn't say that they have in their mind to be corrupt or to act on a corrupt practice. I think you said it perfectly. We have sin in our DNA. We must remember that police officers are taken from the same communities that the criminals come from.
Correct.
I would say to those officers, be encouraged. For one, your body worn cam, cell phones, other surveillance devices that are all over. Remember that you're always being watched and you're always being observed. That in itself should put you in a state of mind that, hey, I have to do what it is that I am charged with doing. Additionally, look at our brothers and sisters in arms who were put before the courts, and some of them are serving prison sentences.
I agree.
So be encouraged to do the right thing. Yes, 6 months of training, but do the right thing. If you have joined this organization to carry out your own mandate, I respectfully ask you to do the honorable thing.
Correct. And what is also a bonus, Mr. Knowles, from the inception of Commissioner Knowles, 10 years Commissioner, she encouraged she launched a program for all officers to take part in ethics training. And I am of the view that the majority of officers, if not all, took part in that. But like we said a while ago, you can get a lot of training, but it is you as an individual in your own heart. Change must come from within. I think the commissioner did a part. So I think on the way forward, officers, even in the past, found to be culpable, need to be dealt with. Because they got the training, they know the policy, they know the code of conduct, they know the law. And like you said a while ago, there's no place for those persons who wish to do their own thing and not follow the policies in this organization. We are a disciplined force. We have been so for 186 years, and we continue to do just that. Additionally, Mr. Knowles, regarding our family islanders, like your relatives in Andros and Mines and God's Good Land, Island, who wish to file a complaint, please inform them how they go about doing it.
Mr. Ramsey, it is the same as if someone were here in New Providence. You can write a letter, send an email. You can go into the station. Have a conversation with the OC, that is the officer in charge, and you can say to that officer, here is the situation that I would like to bring to your attention. I have, or I'm having an issue with Officer 000, and this is what it is. You must lay it out. Lay it out. In the event that you feel, or it may be the OC.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, then by all means, you can write a letter or send an email directly to the commissioner.
Yeah, so those of you in our family islands, Great Nagua, you might have a problem with those in Great Nagua, Meguana, Atkins, wherever you are. Mr. Knowles is making it clear to you. No one is above the law. You can reach the complaints unit. They are there for you, so please just do that. Be sure to let us know if our colleagues are behaving untoward, and we will have that matter investigated. So there's no room for error, and there's no room for anyone to be undisciplined. We are a professional force, and we continue to do just that. So, Mr. Knowles, you said a phone call is not sufficient. You prefer a letter or email
No, the phone call is not sufficient. It
But
cannot.
it's sufficient to notify you that there's an issue.
Yes,
So
sir.
your officers are dispatched to the family and if necessary.
Yes, sir. I can say within the past month.
Yeah, because the reason I asked you that because uh, someone in Fresh Creek Andrews or the elected will be applicants might want you to fly, or they want to see the officers in charge. I mean, it may not demand that you go. But I sure you have a team that you can send, and if the complaint warrants it.
All of the officers have done investigation on the
Full
family
training.
violence.
Okay.
But be mindful that the northern Bahamas, those investigation would stem from Grand
And
Bahama.
Bahama. Okay.
Yes, Complaints and Corruption Office in Grand Bahama.
So those residents of Grand Bahama could walk right into the complaint unit in Grand Bahama. They want
walk right in. That's if they have a legitimate complaint or a legitimate reason for complaining against an officer.
Yeah. But I think some people, to them, their complaint may be genuine. But you as a police officer, when you may be diagnosed or assessed it, you may realize that it may not be substantiated. But to them, it's a complaint. Most may not have the knowledge that you have.
Most of the good citizens who have never come in contact with a police officer for as minor as a traffic infraction, they are a little uneasy, and they are not aware sometimes of their actions. And when their actions are brought to their attention, is almost like shock and awe, or when the realization of what they did, it, they apologizing, but it's too far gone because in some instances they are already put under arrest.
Earlier you spoke about a body cam. I would like to maybe elaborate a little bit more on that. How body cam, I think, not only can make an officer more accountable, but make the public even more accountable if they know that also that they're being recorded. How can officers wear a body cam? What did you say to them the importance of wearing that? How would make them more accountable and even disciplined, if you mind?
Now, on the topic of body cams, that is a topic separate and apart, and there's a different entities that speaks to it. But what I can say is some complaints. There have been some complaints where the complainant would say, "I took my phone out to record, and as soon as I take my phone out, the officer started to get aggressive." Be mindful that the body cam is there for your protection as well as the officer's protection. It's to give an unbiased view of exactly what transpired. So I would admonish the officers: you're equipped with a body cam, and I know they're trained. Before an interaction with a member of the public, kindly just turn it on. For members of the public who, in the presence of a police officer that has a body worn cam, and for those persons who want to get their phone, say to the officer respectfully, "Officer, I notice that you have," instead of grabbing your phone, "Officer, I notice that you have a body cam. Can you ensure that it is on for your safety as well as mine?" And just for the public's knowledge, the officers that are wearing the body cam has no way of getting the video, touching the video. That is strictly prohibited. And like I said, a different entity would have to speak to that.
Yeah. So let's move on from there. Our final question, Mr. Knowles. Many times, members of the public claim they reported matters to the police, but have not gotten an update from the police on the investigation. Is this statement accurate? And if not, explain if there is a follow-up system in place.
I would say that there have been occasions where, in the time that I have been at the branch, where we have reached out to complainants to give them updates, and many times we don't get an answer. So there are those cases whereby we reach out and we don't get in contact with them. But letters of completion sent to the deputy commissioner and signed by the deputy commissioner after the file is perused, and they are sent back, and we call for these persons who made these complaints to come in and receive their letters. And I can say with surety, there are a number of letters that are still just waiting for someone to pick up.
So you better give them a clarion call if they're watching the show to come in and collect their letter.
That it is. If I can say it, it is what it is. For whatever reason,
They didn't come.
they didn't come, but the letters are still there. And I would admonish those persons that made complaints that if you feel as if too much time has elapsed and you haven't heard anything, please feel free to come into the branch. Come into the branch and sit and have a conversation with the investigator. Someone will assist you. You will receive an update on your matter if you come in. Don't call, because I don't know who I'm speaking to on the phone.
Correct.
So it would be better if you come in, say who you are. I made a complaint on January 1, 2025. I haven't heard an update. Now, mind you, I use January 1, 2005 because remember now, there's an investigation process. And after the investigation process, if there's sufficient evidence, then that officer would be charged and he would be before the tribunal.
Yes.
And the matter may still be going on, which is why you may not have received an update on your complaint.
Smooth, understood. Today, we discuss the role of the Complaints and Corruption Branch. The Complaints and Corruption Branch process, the safeguards in place, and the importance of fairness and accountability. To our valued listeners, thank you for tuning in to our very first episode of On Duty. We extend our sincere appreciation to Superintendent Kevin Lowes for sharing insight into the operations of the Complaints and Corruption Branch. Special thanks as well to our executive producers and the dedicated team of the Public Affairs and Communications Department for bringing this program to life. Be sure to join us on Thursday, the 12th of March, 2026, as we continue our discussion on discipline with a representative from the Tribunal Court of Inquiry, where you will hear firsthand how accountability is administered within the Royal Bahamas Police Force. But before then, join us tomorrow, for Frequently Asked Questions, Friday with Sergeant 3992 Neely. Thank you for listening to On Duty. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and always stay on duty.
Policeman coming at you. Travel around the islands. Are you ready? Policeman.